So, welcome to Alman Learning. So, today what we're going to see is we're going to discuss about automation in recruiting. So, I think all of you know about recruitment. So, recruitment is where you get the right fitment for your particular job profile. So, it's about attracting people, it's about attracting your consumers towards your company. It's about recruitment branding. Of course, we want to see a lot of phases of recruitment. So do stay in the animal learning channel where you will see a lot of series of how this recruitment happens, and as a candidate how you can approach, or if you are a HR professional, how you can go about investing in doing this HR process and all that. So we want to understand everything in this channel. So stay tuned for this. So today, what we want to see is today I've taken this across because many people have asked me this question. Right. So when you talk about recruitment, so there is a lot of automation which is going on in recruitment. How this automation really works? Is it basically an HR job getting taken away by the business, or is it generally an automation process which even there is a human intervention which is available on that? But we want to clarify all these questions on how this is going to work. So here I'm actually this infographic, I'm giving you a comparison on how it was and how it is now, right? We are going to see six major headers, which is basically the application process and how the networking is done, and what are the employer events, basically where we do all the events of sourcing people, and then we have resumes, and then we have finally about interviews. Now, first thing, when you talk about application, now what has changed? What was before an application is when we had application, we had a paper-based application. Of course, yes, it's a paper format where we need to send it to a person via courier, or maybe via you have to send it through a mail, or there should be some physical intervention in how the application has been working on, right? So there should be some physical effort from your end where you have to visit companies. You have to take resume copies with you, and you have to go visit every companies and give the resumes and come back. And we don't know whether they'll call us or not, but it was like that. So when this was from a candidate perspective, when you talk about a company perspective, this was actually a pile up of papers. So we had a separate folder where we piled up all the papers that we received. But when I really wanted to pick out somebody, when I have a requirement, I really wanted to know. It'll be really hard for me to get this application because I have to manually do the screening process. So this is what how HR was facing it previously. But now what is happening? If you say now, in this era of 2020, or in this era, what is happening right now is we have an online. We are coming up with a software. Right? There are job boards. There are career websites like Naukri, LinkedIn, Monster, Indeed. So there are so many job portals where people can upload their profile. People can upload it online, and they can get it from that. And the recruiters are calling them up. Now, if you say comparatively, your call rate or your turnaround time is little higher here, because as a recruiter, when I had the physical forms with me, it was very tough. I need to have a lot of people for doing the screening process. But right now, it is in my hand because I have it in mobile. I have it in my laptop. I just can go and get it. People just in 1 hour, I can choose almost like 500 to 600 people. But it was not very much, which it comes to manual scrutinizing of applications. This is what the first phase of automation is. Now, if you see comparatively in both, if it there is a human intervention, of course, there is a physical human who is doing the screening process, but the screening time has been reduced and made more effective because of automation. So that is the first point of application. And then we talk about networking. So what is networking basically is when we wanted to do networking, when previously not we wanted to do networking, how was the situation basically was we need to go to meetings, we need to go real life, we need to meet people across. It was a little tough time for us to do networking, because what happens is when you're meeting a person in person, so you're meeting them for the first time, so it might take some continuous 2 3 follow-up meeting to get that person interested on you, on what you're selling, or is your profile and all that. And my physical traveling, and how can I travel physically for all the locations, and what about the guarantee of the audience? There are a lot of questions arising when it comes to networking, when it was a physical intervention. But Now networking is happening through social medias. I think by this video, and we want to clarify that I think through LinkedIn, through social media, through WhatsApp, through Instagram, you have many people, which I think which is astonishing numbers of followers that you have, which is not humanly possible when you visit people, or maybe it would have taken years for that of investment of your time and money for to get these people. But right now you're doing it sitting in your home, right? It's just in your hands. You are able to do this actually, right? So this is what is another form of networking. So now networking was previously a physical intervention, but right now it has moved on to a social media where we had a lot of LinkedIn and other people across, right? And next, third thing is an employer event. This was a very important point in recruitment because when it comes to employer events, the first thing that comes to our mind is it is a cost consuming affair, right? It is because recruitment itself is a budget consuming activity. And if you talk about that, in one of the sources is job fair. Now, I have given you an example of a job fair. When you talk about the job fair, it is a huge investment, but I have a very less turnout, right? I don't have much turnout, which means I don't get relevant candidates or quality people for my job. So what happens naturally is I am spending more money, but in return, I'm not getting people out. But I have to do job fairs because job fair is it's also branding activity where I promote my company among job seekers. So that is also one point, and I can cater to mixed demography of audience. So that is again another intention of why an employer events is coming up. And in another perspective, what is the physical constraint? What is the constraint on this job fair is, if you see, it is the budget and the time and the place. A lot of things were there actually, where we need to move a person, and there was a HR who has to go and attend a job fair, and probably a day or two his work is being piled up, and he cannot do anything else, but he has to go and concentrate on the job fair. So what we wanted was what we thought of an alternative idea or an automation perspective. You see, we conducted a virtual job fair, which means we were interacting with people to know about how things are working. Virtually, we wanted to handle, right? So virtually, we wanted to do a job fair where we were just where the candidate sits in the home, the recruiter sits in the company, but still he can attend job fairs. This was very famous when 3 4 years back, and still they are doing it. I have even participated in one of the virtual job fair conducted by Monster Jobs, right? So Monster is a job portal, and they once they did was they did a virtual job fair. What was the idea behind it? They created a virtual environment of job fairs where they had virtual stalls, right? So it was just looking like a job fair for me because but it was in a virtual format with all sophisticated technology. Now, what I have is just like in job fair, you have different camps. You have different small camps where companies sit. Here also they had a camp. So every camp was given a name of a recruiter or a company. So when you go and click a company, or when you go and as a candidate when you're logging in, you will go inside. You will just click the stall, and once you click the stall, a pop-up window will appear where the HR will be in a video call, and you can attend in a video call. And the resume is already uploaded in the job fair, so you don't need to worry about, or you don't need, already the recruiter has got your resume, so you can see it. And virtually we did it, and HR was happy, and almost the initial screening was completed, the technical rounds were completed, and they only called you for a final level of discussion. So that is how it worked. So this is again one of the version of how this virtual job fair really succeeded, because there was a lack of people moving in, the people transit, and I was able to see a lot of candidates sitting in my location. And as a candidate, I was able to attend more companies also, where I'm not worried about much of transporting. I didn't spend that much. I just had a registration fee, which is very comparatively low with other costs which is being handled. Right? So this is one of the event of employee events. And finally, the fourth one is about resumes. Of course, we want to talk about resumes. We want to have another video which specifically deals on what are the different types of resumes, and what is the real meaning of real resumes. And if you really wanted, maybe if you really wanted to know more about resume writing, or the in-depth understanding or step-by-step process, do comment in the video, and definitely we will just talk about that. And now what happened is, when it comes to automation resume, the paper resumes are replaced by social media profiles. That's what I will say. So nowadays we are not looking out for resumes. Nowadays we are not more worried about your paper resume. We are worried about your online social media profile, like LinkedIn profile or FB or Instagram. What is your profile all about, right? So what is the profile it talks about, and how it really works and all that. So we want to understand. So now the resume is modified from a paper resume to a online profile. So now, as a recruiter, as a candidate, the more important thing is your online profile rather than a paper resume, right? And then finally we talk about the interviews. Now, how interviews happening? I think during this pandemic we had this largely increasing. So one of the technique of interview was face to face. I think most of you know this face to face interviews also, how it is taking, which is in person interviews on how people are talking across. And but now what is moving on is we are moving on to an era of video interviewing. Right? Nowadays recruiters are connected via video calls, so we are more interviewing on the video formats. So nowadays recruiters talking via videos, right? So that is how it's working. So now this video call, I think we are used to it because all of you know this situation has changed us, where we are connected virtually, right? So we are able to make a connection virtually, and we are able to interact with people even more virtually. So that is what I feel when it comes to interviewing. Right from face to face, this has moved to still it's a face to face model. We are seeing live people, but it is happening through a virtual platform or a video platform. So this is what is the automation of recruitment, where where you see is how recruitment has taken across. But as you see in every example I was giving us, there is always a human intervention. But in what is the or which where is the end point? What is the end point of human intervention stops? So that is what you have seen here actually. So there is a point where human intervention is not needed, where the mission plays an important role. So it is actually a 50-50 of how people and missions can collaboratively work with each other to finally attribute to the company's goals, right? So that is how it works. But overall, all this why we're doing is to enable passive assessment of candidates, where I can understand passive candidates. The overall idea of why automation has worked in, I can find out even a passive person. Passive candidates are basically who are not really looking out for a job, but they are interested, but they don't know how to publicize them or don't know how to promote them. So you can reach all these people so that you can able to get these people out, right? So this is what the idea behind this automation of recruitment. So hope you like the video, and if you have any specific clarification, do comment us, and do like, share, and subscribe to Almond Learning to get further updates on HR, marketing, and all this. There's a lot of videos which is awaiting for you. So please stay connected with Almond Learning.